In the grocery store, you have a lot of choices. You want to make healthy ones, but it can be overwhelming. Where do you begin? The food label on the back of the package can be a quick and easy tool in determining what foods will be healthy for you. According to Sarah Gluntz, an in-store nutritionist with Giant Food Stores, the nutrition facts label basically always appears the same and contains the same information. That way you can compare products.
That's a pretty rigorous process in terms of food labels. The major entity that takes care of that is the FDA. So they have very strict guidelines onto everything from the size of the nutrition fact label to the information that has to appear.
Before we examine the back of the package, let's take a look at the front. You know how some foods will claim to be low fat or light? These claims sound good, but can you believe them? Well, yes, you actually can. In order to make these claims, the product has to meet strict guidelines set by the FDA.
So for instance, if something says low sodium, that's 140 milligrams or less per serving. So they can't say that if it's 150 milligrams but anything 140 or less.
Now flip that package over.
So the first part might be the serving size. That's important because a lot of times people eat more than the serving size, which might be okay, but that means that you might have to multiply the calories and fat and carbs by a certain number depending on how many servings you have.
Moving down, you'll see the number of calories, amounts of fat, cholesterol, sodium, carbohydrates, and protein in each serving. On the right, you'll notice some percentages. The percent of daily value tells you how much of a particular nutrient, like vitamin A, you'll get from eating one serving of that food. In the categories like fat, saturated fat, cholesterol, and sodium, we should eat less than the percent daily value. In categories like fiber and calcium, it's healthier to eat over 100% of the daily value. It's important to note the percent daily value is based on a healthy person who needs 2,000 calories a day. But even if you need more or less calories a day, you can still use it as a guide.
We'll also find out the ingredients, which I personally think is one of the most important parts of a nutrition fact label and one of the parts that people skip the most. So I like for people to look for products that have the least amount of ingredients possible. You know, when we think about the produce department, if I picked up an apple, there is no food label, and that's always a good thing. When packaged products, we're looking for ones that have small ingredient lists of things that I can recognize. But I like to teach people to be smarter than they think we are and look a little bit further.
The food label gives you that power. Sarah says if you only look at the front of a package, you may be drawn to buy something that advertises 100 calories in a pack.
It might be 100 calories of fat and sugar, so that doesn't make it good for you. So I ask people to look a little bit further.